Welcome back, Super Snails. We finished Cathay, kinda. We're not at 100%. This might be a long video, so bear with me on that. I already have my coffee going over here, so I'm gonna have it close to me. These were not at 100% when I first started, but there were a couple. There were a couple situations in Cathay that basically stonewalled me. One was to get the gold weapon. I needed to beat a trio of soldiers that meet up with you outside here in the mailbox. So the loyal retainers, these three guys, they basically drop a weapon, and it's what you're gonna need to fully push through the entire area. And they're really strong. They're so strong. So what I ended up doing there was that's when I was like, okay, I can't get any stronger continuing to just travel through Cathay. So what I ended up doing then was I went back into this section and then this section, and by then I was so freaking strong that I didn't even have the weapons completely finished. Maybe this one, but not this one, not Korea's. And when I just went in, I just dominated everything. So it pays to just relax, take a deep breath. I'm already moved on to a MURKA, or excuse me, MURKA. And even though I'm at 98%, I can't beat the last guy. I can't dominate him. I'm not worried about it, right? So that's always going to be step number one. There's also in this area, I'm just going to go into it real quick. Not that I don't really need to. And also, I'm not strong enough anyway. But if we just check a look at the map here, this area right here, I forget what it's called. Chang'an, Cheyenne, maybe, I don't know. There is a friend that you collect. Your friend will be. Actually, let me just stay right here because all the information would be here. If you click here and you click on, there is a general in this section. This guy right here, his name is Zhuge. He will not be available to you unless you unlock another character, and that general would be Zhu, General Zhu. This guy right here, Advisor Zhuge, whatever. He once you find him in that area right here that I was speaking about in the here in kind of like in the earliest stage, once you find him here, you will then be able to unlock him as well. Now, why does that matter? The generals in this section right here is basically like the gimmick of this Cathay section. Normally, you start out with just a whole bunch of question marks, and you can't really see their faces, right? So you start off with basically no generals, no help, basically, right? So you come here, you have this one tile that you can choose from, this one, and then respectively the top one as well, and respectively the top one as well. You can flip those tiles or nodes or whatever, and when you flip them over, you obviously use the intel you got to unleash them, right? So this one right here gives you the sisters. This one right here gives you the Madame Huang, and this one gives you Lady Zhen. These characters right here, these generals, are actually the first row. These three right here, the sisters. You got the Huang, and then you got the Lady Zhen, right? Cool. So I would go ahead and pick the third row first, because when exploring, intel gained is 10%. And that's her at level 9, right? So at level 1, it's like a lot less, obviously. But if you wanted to, we can go ahead and come here, pick her right here, unlock her, and as soon as you get enough prestige is what you use to upgrade the generals, then you can start putting points into her whenever you travel, because you're going to be traveling more than you do anything else. You travel more than you fight. You travel more than you whatever. So just do that. If you're in that area, this guy gives you a 20% boost in that specific area, in the shoe area, right? Let's just say 1, 2, 3, 4 areas are shoe, and then these 1, 2, 3, 4 are the other ones, and then 1, 2, 3 are the other areas. You would travel when you're in those areas. You travel there 20% faster, and that's all that means. So you want to upgrade that. So you want to basically get move. You want to get moving as soon as possible. Then another thing you want to do, probably more importantly, really, is these tiles. You want to flip those tiles. I know I sound like a broken record because every time I go into a new area, those are my priorities. Anything that gives me speed, intel, black tabs, I don't usually worry about the heart stats like first. Anything that says, oh, effect checks are negative whatever percent, I really don't care anyway, because most of the time I'm gonna get my ass handed to anyway. So as you slowly, you know, increase your strength, then you can go ahead and worry about like heart stats and things like that, because then they'll, you know, they'll compound, make you stronger. But these guys right here, you're constantly always like, every time you hit one of these little coins right here, so if I hit one of these coins, I'm just gonna hit click it one more time. He's gonna move, and imagine if that was a white tile, and you would get a white tile's worth of resources, where you could be getting a purple tile's worth of resources. My dog's freaking out. Yeah, so you would get a purple's worth of resources, and that makes everything so much better. All right, so just focus on getting these. What is it? The middle one first, because she gives you the intel. Level her up. Get these tiles up, and there's another grid here as well. So there's like right across from each other. What else is really important here? The attack. Again, I don't worry about the attacks. The fungus farm output is really good, and the tadpole output is really good. But there is a much better one, and it's for me. For me, there's a much better one. Okay, I argue with this in Reddit all the time. I believe Time Machine is probably the most important. It's probably the most important home upgraded item, or whatever that gives you economy, right? Because if you're low on money, but you have a lot of time, like speed ups, you can just speed up an area and you get money. That's one way to make money. Now, obviously, if you can't max out your time machine, then max out your tadpole pond if you need tadpoles. If you need fungus, if you want to keep drawing, you know, those like those magic mushrooms that give you like hard stats and stuff or effects, then you can go ahead and upgrade those. But that's not what we're here for. And then these straight down here, these are other generals that you will find in this general section, so you'll see those faces again commonly. And then these are your golden ones. These golden ones are like really hard to get. They're a challenge. This guy right here, Zhu, and this guy right here, these two are going to be the hardest two to get later on. Lubu is also a companion that you can get later on. He is really good for finishing off if you're trying to dominate. Not necessarily important up front, because we're not dominating. We're not trying to dominate by having just raw power. We're actually dominating by skipping this entire realm altogether. We're going to go to MURKA. We're going to get strong. We're going to beat MURKA. Hopefully beat MURKA and leave MURKA and go to the next place, which might be Britland. And if we go to Britland, I believe it's Britland. And if we get really close to beating that, then we can go back to Cathay. We can 100% it. We don't even need Lubu. I think he's completely overrated, at least early on. People really desperately like have this fixation. I used to have it, that they needed to get 100%. You don't need to get 100%. You will get so much stronger. It took me only like about 13 days to get this done. On what is it? March the 10th is when I posted up the YouTube video. So I may have actually, you know, taken a little less time and stuff. I'm posting this up now, but I actually on the 23rd is when I did it. When I actually finished this area, and then I just left. I just left. I don't care. And if you see my previous videos, you're gonna see the same MO is that I just leave. I leave. I don't need to come back here for 100%ing anything. So let's take a look at this 100%. What are we missing? We're missing dominating this guy. So we're doing all that for 5,000 and 4 hours of speed ups and a postcard. It's not worth it, man. It's just not. And yeah, sure, whatever they drop. Okay, fine. If that makes you happy, please by all means go for it. But whenever you start a new realm, they're always going to have like these little needles and stuff, these injections. Those injections are going to give you hard stats, make you stronger, make you hit previous areas a lot harder, okay? Seems to me like it's not a hard thing not a hard sell to go for. But so when you're exploring, you get her going. When also exploring, you get her going. And then when exploring, you get her going. Those are my 3 favorite units or generals to upgrade first. If I can, I upgrade them first because if you look at this, it says when exploring, black tabs gain 10%. It doesn't say anything about the way generals, right? If you see this, this is all way generals. Now you're talking about just this particular bar right here. Just these guys. These guys don't get the buffs. These guys don't get the buffs. These guys don't get the buffs. And while you're exploring, you don't get the buffs. It's just that this one little row here. So so there's a lot of these little like things that they do for you that just helps out overall. And I would just recommend that you just look at these and see, okay, this is really good for me. Now, the gold ones are really good, like pairs gained every 30 minutes. All prestige costs, this is what they use to level them up. So, obviously, 10% cost reduction. That's really good. It adds up. Warlords, all Warlord Generals HP 20. That's extremely good. You may be stuck in a situation where, okay, once you level up these 3, this might be the second one you get. And it's like, okay, well, might as well put points into her. Then you unlock this one, and then you just put it on. And then maybe you unlock, you know, whatever, this guy right here. So it's like, okay, that's fine. But the point is that the priority is these 3 for me, and I would recommend that for you as well. Now, Lubu, again, Lubu, he's going to have these shards. You level these up, and then once you do, he's good to go. He's done. Here, you can go ahead and put some points here and unlock him there later so you can make him stronger. All he does is basically he is a glass cannon. He ignores 50% of your opponent's defense. He is a general. He is beside you. He is not part of you. He does not share your stats. He has actually his own hard stats. And he's when I say glass cannon, he takes like about 2 to 3 hits. He's supposed to help you clear your opponent in 3 turns. If you're Snail and you're using the mirror form, which is what I'm using right now, the Sacred Mirror. If I am actually having like, if I can almost beat my opponent, my apostle, or the god, or whatever it is, whatever's in front of you, and you can beat them on 4 turns, and you need 3 turns to dominate, right? For example, or at least to get past the guy, and you're so close. You're just like, oh man, like a hair away. You hook up, you put on Lubu, and he'll get you the 3 turns, and he'll get you past it. And that's life. That's good, because once he falls, he's gone. That's another problem with Lubu. That's why I really don't like I don't like help that falls off. All of these generals, when they die, they go here. They go into this like this guy. I think he's currently going on right now. He's not going to fall off anytime soon. But if he goes into a fight and he dies, he goes into this combat log and he stays there, and then you can pay respects. And when you pay respects, they give you prestige. Where the hell is it? Well, whatever. They give you prestige, and they give you some points so you can level up your other generals, and that's how that works. Okay, so just rinse, repeat. Whenever you come into this section right here, all you want to focus on is your hard stats and your weapons. Actually, I said that backwards. Focus on trying to get the weapon first. For example, like if you get enough of these little like mahjong pieces or whatever they're called, they're probably like mahjong pieces, whatever. Once you get these little tokens, right, for your card redemptions, and let's just say you have enough to get the iron helmet, get the iron helmet as soon as possible. Just do it. As soon as you get this little knife, boom, get the knife. As soon as you can go to the gear section and put them together to get a better weapon, get it going. You know what I'm saying? If you have enough for the injection after all that, then get the injection. If you don't have enough for the injection, get the intel. That's fine. Black tabs, not important. The novice scrolls, not important. This general is important, but not as important as getting the weapon, because she'll be there. She'll be there. This character will be there. Don't worry about it. These are like special. What do you call it? Special cards. So whenever those show up, just buy them. Doesn't matter. Doesn't cost you anything. Doesn't take away from these generic tiles. Okay. So if you could do the same thing for the next one, right? Let's just say you got the weapon for this section, and then the green card, you know, it drops you whatever this guy is, the weapon here. Do the same, please. Just the same process and keep it moving, because you're gonna become stronger as time goes on, and you always gotta take this game as a marathon and not a sprint. There is no actual way to get this done, like finish Cathay in, like, I'm gonna recall it. There's no way to actually get this done in, like, you know, a week or something like that, unless you're paying. But I'm not trying to teach you guys that you gotta pay. So right now, my situation with the with MURKA is that I'm in it and I am getting my ass kicked by all kinds of stuff. So I'll do a video on that. So there is one little quick thing that I would like to talk about here in CATHAY. Remember that area where Advisor Zhuge, Zhuge, where Advisor Zhuge was? That guy. Okay, can I confirm? Can I start, please? Can I go north? Start north. Cool. Okay, let's leave now. So Advisor Zhuge is in that area, that Chanyang, whatever area, and to get him, he doesn't just randomly appear like all the other situations. Like, there's no tile that you flip for him, and then all of a sudden an event happens, and the event won't happen. I don't know how the event happens. I looked in the notes, and I looked into both, like, there's multiple notes everywhere, like on here, so you can talk to the notes for him right here, and obviously they're not there for some reason. That's fine. And there's notes for something else about speaking to Lee Gina. So Lee Gina, there's also notes for her. Like, apparently when you speak to Lee Gina and she's having this issue with the bull, which is actually currently still going on with me right here. There's a note that says when you beat the bull, that's when he shows up, and obviously that's not true because he's right here, and I already have him. But between her leaving the bull, I got him, and there was another note that said you will get him as you randomly, like, it's like an RNG section, but there was no tile that said that he was in there when he showed up for me. So I don't know how that worked. All I would say is, I think something that really will work is as soon as you can befriend Lee Gina, do so. And I think that's when Advisor Zhuge shows up, because there was nothing else that was actually working for me. Hopefully that makes sense. If you guys are ever stuck in CATHAY, that's, like, if you read all the notes, it's confusing as hell. But I'm just gonna explain it as best as I can, with how I can, from a perspective of, like, what I saw, what I noticed, right? Because if you read the notes, again, if you read the notes and you follow them, it's not gonna work. So do those two things. Have that area unlocked, that little block, that Chanyang section, and make sure you speak to Lee Gina as soon as possible and get her out of the way. Now, Lee Gina is actually really, really good, so I would recommend you guys put a lot of points to Lee Gina, because when you get her, what happens is, so I put all my books into her as soon as possible. The thing is that she's costing me like 100k right now, and I really need to open up my next weapon slot, so I'm actually saving up for 600k so that I can get a weapon. But she increases your time machine travel speed output, and again, I really think the travel speed output is probably one of the most important things to do here, because it helps you speed through life if you need to, right here. So it's currently at my highest level in this account. It's at 25, and in my alternate account it's at level 60, and it's actually higher than all the other ones as well. So yeah, you'll understand when you get into the Rift, when 17 hours and like 50 minutes is not enough to go through the entire section. It's crazy. But yeah, I hope this helps. I said it was going to be long and winded. Listen, make sure you're constantly keeping up with your relics. Like, this is an awesome relic. If you get an opportunity to get this, or if you want to buy, I think I bought this one with actual cash. I think it was like $4.99. I don't care. It's worth it. I love playing this game. I'm going to probably be playing this game probably past the Rift, because the Rift is extremely long, and I love a good challenge, and I feel like the Rift is like one of those impossible challenges. So if the game continues to have us playing it over months and maybe years, what's $4? What's $5? It doesn't matter. It increases your travel speed. It also gives you travel speed here. It gives you exploration black tabs. But yeah, in exploration flat, 2.5%. That's really good. And then more. Look at that, N% intel. This thing is This thing goes hard. I would love to get it to the max level so I can get my travel speed, so I can get that 9% there, so I can get... This one is so good. This is basically a time machine within a time machine. When exploring more intel, more black tabs, and then when you max it out, when you awaken it, it gives you more... it gives you more intel. Dude, that's got to be one of my favorite ones right here. This one goes so damn hard, it's ridiculous. So anyway, that said, see right here, I'm waiting for the 600k for this guy. I've already met the requirements. Boom, boom, boom. What else did we do? We also maxed out all our little guys at some point. I always picked effect stuff, not hard stats, because I really need more effect stuff than hard stuff. I am at 4 here. This guy's actually at level 5, but he's not at level 5. Like the requirement that I need to get him over is I worked on the mutant form first in this account because of Legina. Legina is constantly getting all of my books, and because she's getting all of my books, that means that she is inevitably giving my... There's going to be another stamp here soon, and when that stamp is available, I'm going to be putting points into it. Excuse me, and those points are going to be making my mutant form minions stronger. So I might as well max out that form first. And because even in my newest, in my primary account, she's actually the one that I actually put in the beginning. I was putting a lot of points into. She's not here right now. She's like, I think maybe it's her. She does the dragon form, right? Yeah, she does the dragon form. So I put all the points into her initially because I was like, I'm gonna rock the dragons. The dragons are the best because dragons are strong. Blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, so what does the dragon form do for me right here? What does she do? Quarry output. Okay, so it helps me upgrade my other sections. But I would rather upgrade my time machine because obviously I need to speed things up. So what do you think is better? Speeding something up or getting the resources to upgrade something at a higher percent? Like, you know, obviously this one's good, but I think this one's better. Because it just is. This is only costing me black tabs to upgrade it, and this is to immediately get the outcome of like having those extra minutes and stuff. Where this is going to give me a boost in my quarry, which is really good, but that's gonna cost me black tabs to use, right? And then the wood, which is what I'm gonna need for something else, which is also gonna cost me, you know, black tabs and rocks to upgrade it, to make use of this. Where to make use of the time machine output is I just go to an exploration area and I just click tab and it goes and it gives me more stuff. Does that make sense? I really hope that makes more sense. That why I prefer this over that one, right? There are other things there that actually look into them, look at them, look. You know, come in here and see what she does. Look, what does Kimchi do for us? She does black tadpole tadpole pond B tab output. Excuse me. So you're getting more black tabs from her. So if you're really low on tabs, you can always upgrade her. She'll give you more money. She's a sugar mama. She'll take care of daddy. You know what I'm saying? So you know you could do it that way. That's a thing you could do. Yeah. I left. Dracula here for so long that I got into MURKA. I got to where I'm at right now, and then I was like, you know what? I think I need to start burning the incense so that I can go ahead and start shooting the sky, because yeah, I need to do that. Well, when I fought Dracula, I whooped his ass. I just one-shot him. I was like, damn, dude, I really left Dracula on that spot looking good. My dude was looking so good, just laying there all like simping and shit. Oh, so cute. Anyway, I am very straight. I don't care. That is not anyway. So let me step off of that. And yeah, so I just beat him real quick. It was my first try, and I just beat him. So just sometimes there's some things you could ignore and just be like, oh, you could fight him, and you can waste all your sticks and stuff. Don't waste your incense. Don't waste your incense. Let me tell you right now. You see this right now? This has one more shot. And this shot, meaning like if I shoot one more time, this is going to get to the point where actually has 2 shots. Let me take that back. So if I take this and I shoot this, I kill it. I take the ash and I take the genetic code and I use the cells, whatever. And then it has one last shot for something else just like it. It could be a roach, it could be whatever. And then it's gone. But if it's at its lowest point, you could still technically use it like if it's a whole stick if you want to shoot the sky. So that's why it's important not to do that. But the reason I'm keeping this right now, because I'm not actually holding this for any other reason than just to... Grampire, which is Dracula's father, or... Yeah, I think, yeah. Is also on his way. And when he does, I want to be able to use all these sticks because they're hard to come by. I'm going to use those sticks to shoot him down, and when I shoot him down, he's going to want to fight me. And he's probably going to stay there for a while because I know how strong he is. I know how strong Grampire is. I know how strong Dracula was. I know exactly how strong Unicorn is. So I was like, you know what? I don't have to deal with those guys. I'm not going to waste resources. I'm not going to waste time. They could stay there. All that matters is you go into this section, and then you go into the next section, and then you jump ship, and you go to the next section. Okay? All right. So I said this was going to be long. It's very long. Yeah. I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm going to leave it at that. Hopefully you guys understand Cathay. If you guys have any questions, ask me. My head's in the channel every now and then, usually like maybe once a day. Just leave me a comment. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.